Hi there, Miranda Alt here with Keller Williams Success Real Estate, the Miranda Alt team with your Monday market update from Monday, April 3rd, 2023. Yay, we made it through March. Woohoo! We're almost on our way to summer. Very exciting. I am sporting the spring blazer today. My husband's calling me Easter egg, and I'm very happy about it. It is Holy Week, so hopefully you are enjoying a wonderful start to your week. Quick look at your Montgomery County statistics for the last 7 days. We had 124 new listings hit the market. We only had 112 go under contract, so that was a good change in that. I think those new listings, a lot of those are ones that were canceled and relisted. A lot of stuff is going under contract and then it's being reactivated with buyer's remorse. So I think that we're seeing some of that happening and having that take effect. We did have 125 closed sales. That's a lot more closed sales than we've had in the last few weeks. Last week we only had 88. The week before that we had 91. We had 66 the week before that, 89 the week before that. I think 125 is probably the largest number we've seen for closed sales so far this year for 2023. We had 34 price changes. We have 47 on the private network and 0 expired listings. So we definitely have a very active spring market among us. We have got lots of multiple offer situations. In fact, every contract I've written in the last few months has been, in the last few weeks has been multiple offers. My buyer that went under contract this past weekend, he was in the multiple offer situation. We won. Yay, us. We also were in a multiple offer situation on my listing. I had several offers on that property and lots of people upset that I did not allow them to see the house on Sunday. We got an offer on Saturday that just blew everything else out of the water and the clients accepted it, rightfully so. It was a fantastic offer, so we just took it. So it's a very, very competitive market out there right now. Even with less homes going under contract than were listed, we've still got very, very low inventory. Taking a quick look at some of the reports that came out this last week, Black Knight had a big report that came out that showed for the first time in 7 months, home prices are on the rise. Nearly 80% of the U.S. housing markets have seen prices tick up 0.2%. And, that's largely due to lower interest rates the last couple of weeks. Home prices are the strongest 1 month gain since May of last year. So May of last year was the last time that we saw prices go up as much as they did in February. So we're seeing some increases and some indications that we definitely are having a lively spring market. The biggest problem we have is the number of homes. The number of homes available for sale fell in February for the 5th straight month to the lowest level since May of last year. New listings were 27% lower than their pre-pandemic levels. So what are the 3 things that we talk about all the time that impact our housing market? Is inflation, which leads to interest rates, and that comes back to inventory as well. Inventory is the factor driving these prices up. We have got inflation that is still cranking along at about 6%. The federal government wants us down to 2%, which honestly has never happened. It's a kind of an unrealistic number. To try and get our inflation number down to 2% would be insane. Now, I'm not talking about interest rates. That is a different number. So our inflation rate is at 6%. That's too high. We need that to come down. We talked about that last week. The federal government wants us to get down to 2%. The average is 3%. So to expect us to get to 2% is going to be very, very difficult. So until the inflation numbers start to come down, which we're anticipating will happen on May 10th, that we will get a reading that shows that inflation is coming down, those interest rates are going to remain at about 6.5%. The average 30-year fixed rate right now is 3.75. So it's depending on your credit level or your credit rating, your debt to income ratio, all of those things are going to determine your personal interest rate that you would get if you were to get a loan. But around 6.75, that's about where they are right now. And those are not going to come down until the inflation numbers come down. Now, Barry Habib is still sticking to May 10th is going to be the date that we're going to get a reading that the inflation reading will be lower, which will bring down those interest rates. Now, with low inventory, I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be nuts. We do not have enough homes to meet the demand. A couple other things to keep in mind. Interestingly, we're seeing stronger price gains more generally in areas with better affordability. Now that is according to CNBC, and that is the Midwest. So a big reason why we're still seeing very, very strong prices here is because some of those other areas like California and Florida had just got so incredibly expensive that they're just unattainable. And you can't even get a property for under $1 million in some of those areas. So that's not very affordable for the average American. A couple other things to keep in mind. In Crystal Lake, we have 134 properties for sale. We only saw 30 price reductions, and most of those were on new construction homes and land. So if you're out looking at your average, resale home, like a pre-owned home, you're not going to get a price reduction on those properties. Cary has 59 properties for sale and only 11 price reductions. Huntley has 67 properties for sale, only 10 price reductions. And again, a lot of these are on land listings, so these aren't even single family homes. The average sales price is lower this week than it was this week last year. So the average sales price this week was $361,000. This week last year it was $387,000. So it is down from that peak. The median sales price was $300,000 this week last year, and is $295,000 this year. So not a huge difference, but they are down a smidge. Average inventory build that we see monthly between February and June or July is 17% each month. And right now we're only seeing 12%. So our inventory is just not going higher like we normally expect it in the spring market. And given the demand, we are having a real issue. So we're going to continue to see those multiple offer situations on most properties that are out there. Now, if you are a home buyer and you are looking for a home and you have been struggling, please call me. If you are not working with a realtor, you are probably not even seeing all of the homes that are on the market. And even if you are not ready to go see that property, the minute it hits the market, you are going to lose out. My buyer that got under contract this past weekend, on Saturday morning, I got a call from that realtor saying that he did not win the bidding war. He did not win. And I called him back and I made an argument and I fought for him, and we now have that home under contract. So you've got to have an aggressive agent that is working for you on your behalf to get you under contract. And all of my buyers that have been aggressively looking, all of my buyers that are actively looking, they are all under contract. My buyer from last week, the house was under contract with somebody else and we beat them out as well. So if you're looking for someone to get you under contract, please give me a call. I'm at 815-529-0777. I can help you navigate this tricky market. It is very difficult, but it is navigable if you've got an agent working for you. So I'm Miranda Alt with Keller Williams Success Real Estate. Hope you have a great rest of your Monday. Bye-bye.